Morning, Ron. Do you know what class we've got first? I heard there's flying.
You heard right. I'll meet you downstairs in the entrance hall.
And so...
Alright, I see how it is, Ron. No, hey Harry, let's walk together down to the entrance hall. No, it's, yeah, fuck you, Harry, bye. Alright, Ron, okay.
That's the only use those things really have. Trust me.
They're the best response to everything.
Haven't you got flying first thing, Harry? Better get moving.
Well, better you better shut up. In any case, even if we have a lot of, even if we get a lot of beans right now, it makes no sense to go to the store because it's not open. But this is the most important room to remember when collecting beans, because you can get 14 of them regardless of how many you currently have in your possession. Because in all of the other places, how many beans you have is dependent on how many beans you will get from something is dependent on how many you currently possess. So the more you have, the less you get.
The more you take, the less there will be.
But yeah, we'll see.
Is there an unlock where you get infinite stink pellets?
You can get more stink pellets. And I do believe I may have already gotten it or will get it the next time I have to buy something, because
I collect famous witches and wizards cards. Do you? I'll give you a card number 61, Havelock Sweeting, for a number 77, Norval Twonk.
I don't have that card.
Do you collect famous witches and wizards cards? I'll give you card number 36, Jocelyn Wedcock, for number 84, Roland Gig.
I don't have that card.
I love the way he says that.
Do you want to swap
I don't have
famous
that
witches
card.
and wizards cards? I'll give you card number 81, Kwang Po, for number 43, Cyprian Yaudel.
I don't have that card.
It's like he's about to sneeze or something. Although that may just be British.
It's because he doesn't have a mine cart.
But here I'm taking a look at the thing over there. Yeah, you can actually see it casts a little it casts nice light on the floor. They have a lot of nice details like that. And here we are in a secret tunnel. It doesn't lead through the mountains, but it's still full of secrets, like this one that we can't do.
Alright, fuck you.
That we can't do anything about just yet, because it does have that little key on it, and we don't have a key.
That joke was so bad my video froze, Nico. How do you feel about yourself?
I'm just gonna pause it. And so we're just gonna squirty down the stairs. Thankfully, in this version, they're very nice and don't actually put enemies around the corner everywhere, like they do in the GameCube version. And they also like to put enemies that you can't kill, or can only get rid of for 5 seconds.
Jeez.
Now, to be fair, those enemies do appear in this version as well, but it's only in the night. Well, you know, everything is out there to kill you. In the GameCube version, they're there also during the day.
Oh, good.
Which is bullshit. Now, there's something very odd when it comes to the classrooms themselves, because they reuse a lot of them. And they reuse a lot of them in a very odd fashion, because sometimes you'll enter a classroom that will already have chests open, or a desk is already ransacked by somebody else, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just copy paste shortcut those rooms or certain objects, or what. Or I think they just have some of the classrooms already be ransacked by somebody else, because there are certain things which I, for example, say I know I never opened two treasure chests in one location, yet I found a room that is already ransacked, has already 2 treasure chests ransacked in it. Here we have another card. Another health upgrade. Can't do much about that yet.
So if we get all the cards, is your health bar just gonna go across the entire screen?
Sadly, this isn't Panzer Dragoon's Fey.
Aww.
And here I'm just looking how the shadow works on the stairs, which actually works in an interesting way. But yeah, like I was saying before, in this version your shadow will react to different light sources, whereas in the GameCube version dynamic lighting was removed in favor of I guess better looking lighting effects, because like the particle effects do look a lot better on the GameCube. But shut up, Ron.
Where the hell did you come from, Ron?
Well, you see, when his parents met and then they had like a whole bunch of different children, then Ron came.
Gross.
Can't get in there.
I know. That was a perfect response.
Yes. But how does he know where you are?
He's right down, like at the bottom. Those cannot be smashed, sadly. Generally, you can easily tell what room is going to be open, what room is going to be closed, just by approaching it, because it will say try or open under the X button after it rotates a few times. Well, I mean once. After it does its little cute animation. So whenever it says try, don't even bother trying, because it just means it's closed.
Got it.
And it's actually very easy to tell which desks will contain something. It's because they're slightly darker, and what's funny is it's actually much harder to tell which one is the correct one during the night, because then they're actually correctly colored.
Whoops.
Yeah, there are a few things like that. It's like actually it was still that way for a lot of PS3 and like Xbox 360 games. That interactable objects don't actually have dynamic lighting on them.
Right.
And a lot of times you still see it nowadays.
You know, Harry, it might be easier if you, I don't know, when you opened the desk, instead of throwing the beans on the floor, you just kind of put them in your pocket, maybe.
That's actually one thing that was better in the GameCube version. You just he just grabs them immediately and just like he has a really fast grab for it.
Klepto Potter strikes again.
Yes, Klepto Sticky Fingers Potter. And it's even funnier when there actually isn't anything in the desk, because he'll just do it really fast and then be kind of disappointed. It's like he'll try to grab for something even if there isn't anything there. But yeah, that's also one thing that's kind of bad about the GameCube version, is while it picks up everything right away, you also have to check absolutely everything, because each and every one of the desks open.
Right.
So you waste a lot more time.
Nintendo!
Why is there green goop all over that chest?
Because remember green goop in the PS2 in the PC version? We need the same
Yes.
spell for it.
Uh,
Eventually we will get it. To remove ghost shit.
mhm.
Right now there isn't really anything we can pick up in this corridor. But yeah, here you can kind of see how the ones you can interact with are miscolored. Although they're miscolored regardless of the location they're in.
Yeah.
If you come back here at night, they still stick out.
So, random question that just hit my mind since you're going through this Harry Potter thing, right? Since we're just kind of exploring right now anyway.
Yes.
If they make a game based off Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, are you gonna play that?
Depends who does it. If it's EA, probably not. But if it's Warner, if it's WB who makes a game, they have a pretty good track record. I mean, they made.
If it was made by the studio who made Witcher.
That would be very odd.
Speaking of things that'd be very odd, what if Yoko Taro made a licensed game?
I'm not sure what license would it be of.
Of Harry Potter, why not?
Well, the story would take a very dark turn.
Yeah.
And currently I am saving here because this is actually the second time I am recording this. The first time I entered one of the rooms on this particular floor and the game crashed during loading. And that was actually the first time it ever happened to me with this game. It never ever crashed on me before. But yeah, here there isn't really much of anything. Aside from this chest with the little key on it, and we can do keys.
Why did you throw a stinkfeld at those books?
They're gonna think it's the professor.
Got it.
Also, since we're on the ploop, in the GameCube version, while the light looks more realistic, it looks less like a flare. It's more like somebody's it's more like somebody is holding a light bulb. It also does not light up quite as much as it does in this one, where you're carrying around a portable sun.
Boo.
Yeah, really. Now to the GameCube version's credit,
Get away!
the textures don't disappear when you walk next to something that's supposed to be hidden. But yeah, we can hang around Moaning Myrtle's bathroom, even though we're not supposed to be here yet, or even
Can you
though
shine Lumos in her face to scare her?
I was trying it before when it crashed on this particular loading screen, but now it didn't work, so I didn't bother.
Aww.
Scaring away ghosts with Lumos does work somewhat, but it's not the preferable way of avoiding them. It's still nice that it does actually work, even though the game never suggests that it should.
Right.
And yeah, I only ever got that idea because my little sister said, "Hey, can you scare off that ghost with the light?" And it worked.
Ghosts don't like being in the spotlight. They're very shy, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Peeves, because he's an asshole.
Yeah, sadly, I don't think he's in this particular version. We will see him again in the third game for the PS2. Oh, and I should make a disclaimer right now. I am not going to be covering the PC version of the third one. Not because it's a bad game, but because it's pretty much the same as the second one on the PC, just not quite as good.
Aw.
And like it's a little bit more handholdy, which isn't quite so bad. But it also pretends like it has more mechanics than it actually does.
Uh-huh.
So like
So it's not Harry Potter May Cry.
no, it's not that. It's basically basically the idea is all of the versions of the third game have a shtick going on with using all of the characters, right? So you do actually get to control Hermione, Ron, and whatnot. And they are all supposed to have their own like spells and abilities.
Can't get through there.
And they do that quite well in the Game Boy Advance version, in the PS2 version, but they may as well have not done it for the PC version, because the game will switch them around for you anyway. So it's literally just pointless. And here you see I never went to this room, but those are already opened. And I never ever opened a place with
What the?
I already have 50, so I can pick it up.
Oh, I thought like it was like glitched into the floor or something. No,
Sometimes it happens. But yeah, that's why I'm just gonna be kind of skipping the PC version of the third one. It's not a bad game. It's just that we have seen it done better already.
Yeah.
And as much as I may be playing different versions of the same game, they likely have never met each other or spoke about what they were going to do. I mean, the different studios that were working on them. So those are still vastly different games,
Right.
with vastly different gameplay
And vastly different pacing.
and completely different story for whatever reason. But yeah, what I did do after the crash is I changed some settings on my hard drive and also lowered the speed of loading to the absolute minimum, which is still way faster than what it actually loads, and it's absolutely in no way different than what it loaded before, so I'm happy with that. And it didn't crash since, and tell me what to do, Ron. It doesn't matter that I can't pick up anything else. I'm still going to check.
Of course.
Adam Hooch will be waiting for us.
You made me waste one stink pellet, Ron. This will not be forgiven.
Ever. Even across games.
Mm-mm. You made me waste a stink pellet that I couldn't get back in the same room. But yeah, here I was just saving.
Or being
I will
properly
be
paranoid.
Yeah, I mean, a game crash will do that to you. But from this point onwards, I will, like, from the next episode or whatnot.
Hello, Nick. What's the matter?
I had to read the latest chapter of Bleach.
A matter of no importance. It's just that some properly decapitated Podmore won't let me join the headless hunt. Apparently, they only accept huntsmen whose heads have completely parted company with their bodies.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Not to worry, young Potter. As I said, it's a matter of no importance.
And this just sort of goes nowhere ever.
Well, he did say it was a matter of no importance. He meant it.
Yeah, they do more with that subplot in the GBA, and I believe also in the PS1 version, but not in this one. In this one, it's just a scene that does not have a follow-up in anywhere else, if I recall correctly.
Huh.
It's just kind of weird. I may be misremembering, but I don't think so. I mean, the things I've seen in this game, when it comes to its handling of the
Do
story,
you collect famous
wouldn't
witches
make
and
me think
wizards
otherwise.
cards? I'll give you card number 2, Cornelius Agrippa, for a number 59, Gregory the Smarmy.
Okay, let's swap.
Wait, so he does it automatically?
Yeah, and this is actually what kind of tipped me off, because I was like, wait, what did I get? Where it didn't show any animation or anything.
Right.
Do you collect
That's
famous
actually something
witches and
the-
wizards cards?
That's
Do you
something the
collect
GameCube
famous
version
witches and
does a lot
wizards
better.
cards?
It's because it actually they actually ask you
Collect famous
again
witches and wizards cards?
to press the button, and then they will swap. So then and then they will show an animation of them swapping out. But in this one, it just happens automatically.
Can't get in there.
Eventually, there is a way to get those cards back, I believe.
Ah, Potter. Heard about that Willow incident. It would have been really terrible if you and Weasley had been killed in the crash.
Then I wouldn't have been able to love you. You got all three of them at once.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to give you something, a special delivery. And here is a room I never even went to before.
The broom closet.
It is this tiny, and it serves absolutely no purpose, other than just being here.
Well, it's a broom closet. What'd you expect it to be?
I expected it to just not be here. And because it is here, it's confusing. And let's take a look at Great Hall. There really isn't anything there, sadly. It's really great. It's also very empty.
Aww.
Yeah, I would expect there to be, like, you know, treasure in the corner that nobody has ever picked up, because there isn't anybody above grade 2 in this school. Maybe not really. Flip.
I also
I'll never-
like the sound effect where it sounds like you're literally lighting your wand on fire.
Mm-hmm. The sound department, when it comes to the sound effects, is pretty good. There's a lot of things you don't generally notice until unless it's done wrong.
Greatest number of house points on any day.
For example,
Let's go
the
outside to the
footsteps.
flying pitch. We don't want Madam Hooch to be angry with us on our first day.
I like that little animation Harry did there.
I know, right? He's kind of breaking the fourth wall with it.
Right.
Just hurry up. But yeah, like for example, footsteps. They actually
Flying
recorded
pitch
a
is
lot
Hooch
of
next,
them,
Harry. I'll meet you outside the flying pitch.
and they play them like at complete random, out of sequence, and depending on the surface as well. So you don't run into the problem of, like, I don't fucking know, Final Fantasy 13, where it's two sounds over and over.
Cluck, 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 cluck.
Clap, 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 clap,
Yeah.
clap, 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 clap,
Yes.
clap, 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 clap.
Time to die, Potter. Oh, never mind.
Oh, I'll have to come back here.
Why?
I just realized that I can actually shimmy around the corner on that thing.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna do that.
I'm looking forward to this class.
No,
Let's go in.
my first thought was I almost died there, except that you can't really fall in this game, so it was invalid. So I run away.
Oh no, death. Flee.
Welcome to second year flying. Although you all apparently learned to fly last year, the apparently is directed at you, Mr. Longbottom. A refresher course is in order. Mr. Potter, would you please come over here so we can run through the basics? Please, will you fly up?
Her hair is
slowly?
out of this world.
It's really anime.
Good start.
Yeah.
Now return to hover above the ground again.
Yeah, which I'm going to do because I don't actually like the settings I went with. I don't actually know how it works, but like for flying controls without any aiming ridicule or anything like that, I prefer down for up and up for down.
Good. At least you have broom control, however basic. Let's try something a little more difficult. I assume you can see the magical rings. Kindly fly through them all for me.
Oh god, it's Superman 64.
Yeah, except it controls a little bit better. A little
Just
bit.
a little bit, though.
Yeah. Also, I should mention this is not the speed you'll be flying your broom at. This is just like they lowered it to the half of what it normally is, because some people can stand faster than this broom flies.
Well done, Potter.
Yeah.
I think you're ready to take this year's flying exam. You have approximately 2
Already?
minutes to fly through as many rings as you can. Your course through the rings will get progressively more difficult, and only the most expert flyers ever manage to complete it.
What the fuck is your deal?
You know,
With every game, this bitch is like, oh, well, fucking, you learned how to basically breathe. You can take our top level exam now, like, instantly, or go to a tournament.
I guess that's just kind of how Hogwarts operates.
What the fuck?
Your match begins in 5 minutes.
Jesus.
But yeah, this is very easy. It only gets more difficult towards the very end, but only very slightly.
But Nico, very few ever managed to complete it.
I don't know what they mean by completing it. I guess because I got I got what I think is the highest score, unless there is one higher one. But I wouldn't know what it is, and I wouldn't care. You can actually redo anything, unlike it was in the PS1 version. You can redo any of the courses as many times as you want just by walking where they. Any of the courses where you actually do get a grade, by walking up to the teacher or where the course actually happened. So that's nice. But yeah, I think this could have been way improved if they just moved the increase of difficulty, which happens about right now, to like halfway through the course, and not like at the ass end of it when you only have like 15 seconds left.
Yeah.
Because this is a little bit more interesting with them moving around in the like hula hoops. And you only get to do this for like, I don't know, 15, 30 seconds, something like that.
Fucking.
And it's really hard to actually miss them too. the hit detection of them is very generous.
Exceptional.
Oh, you missed one.
Receive an A+.
Yeah, you could have gotten 82 rings, Nico.
Terrible, terrible. The only thing that leads me to believe that there may be a higher score is the 5th game.
Where there's an A plus plus or something.
Now it's O for
It's
outstanding.
exhausting, Harry. I'm off to bed.
Oh.
See you later.
You didn't do anything!
That's Ron for you.
Fucking... What? Ugh.
That's our
Fucking
useful
shit.
friends.